Hello and welcome to our fourth episode of the CoroMill Plura Insights broadcast on thread milling. In the first episodes, we dealt with groove, pocket, and high-feed side milling. Thread milling. This method offers some advantages over tapping. For example, different thread diameters and tolerances can be achieved with the same tool. It is a very safe method which is often used on expensive components. However, choosing the right programming strategy with the associated tool and cutting parameters can be challenging. Here, again, our CoroPlus Toolguide offers a productive and safe solution, including programming for a variety of threads. Let's take a look at this.
We see here our task for this exercise is to produce a metric 22 thread. Our material is C45 and the length of the thread is 16 millimeters. We would like to produce the thread with a thread milling solution, and for this we would like to find a recommended tool and corresponding cutting data. In addition, prior to the thread milling, we have to produce the thread core hole. And for this, we have a pre-selected tool, a diameter 10 end mill, and here we also like to find the cutting data and a process. So let's begin. Directly from our website, we will access CoroPlus Toolguide, and on the right side we have the function, what would you like to do today? We would like to find cutting data, find optimized cutting data. This will take us directly to Toolguide, and here we start by selecting our material. We have C45, new, next is task, non-rotating, thread, and a blind hole. Here we select the thread form, which we see here all the different thread forms that we can produce. We have a metric size 22. Thread length, we have 16 millimeters. It's a right hand thread and a class tolerance of 6H, which can change the tolerance if it's requested a different tolerance. But for our example, this is good, and we continue to get results. The first recommendation is a cut tap, which is the fastest solution to produce the thread. But for our task, we have to produce the thread with a thread mill. So we have here above a function called alternatives. So we click on alternatives, and now we can filter to our operations and request a recommendation with a thread mill. We say apply, and we get two recommendations. We will two thread mills. So we select the first one, which is the most cost efficient, and we go to details. We can take a look at the cost efficiency data. We see cutting time in seconds. We have 8.82 seconds. Estimated tool life 199, almost 200 number of holes. Cutting data, we have the speed, the feed, and feed, the tool center point feed, and also the feed speed at the machine diameter. Since we are going into a circular motion, we have the two different feeds, which is important to take notice, which one is much bigger than the other. We have the radial engagement of 1.25 millimeters, depth of cut, full depth of cut of 60 millimeters, and number of passes in AE direction 1, so we're taking only one pass radially, and AP also one pass. We have here the cutting power, a low cutting power, and now also very convenient when we are programming a thread is to get the CNC code. So we can go to the CNC code, and based on our numerical control that we use, we can select it and request a CNC code or a CNC report. The CNC code is just the text that you can directly import into the software or your machine, and the CNC report is a little bit more detailed, and it will give you a description line by line with what the tool is doing per each line. And we can see here the code and the description of each line, and we can see the first line, it gives us an RPRG correction that we need to enter in the machine a color compensation of our tool in order to produce the desired thread tolerance from the beginning, from the first hole. This also is laser engraved on the tool, on the shank, and it's important to have this entered on the machine from the beginning, like I said, to get the right thread tolerance from the beginning. So you don't have to make smaller adjustments after the first hole. Now we'll go back to the tool guide, and here we have next to produce the core hole. And based on our tolerance, we have a recommended core hole. In green, we can see we have a between 19.29 millimeters up to 19.73 millimeters. And here, if we go in the middle, we have a 19.5 millimeters, and we can search for a core hole. But we already have a selected tool that we would like to use to produce the core hole, and now we will enter that in the search function and we will use tool guide to give us a recommended processing values for the core hole with our pre-selected tool. And here we have our tool with the description and all the relevant information about our tool. Also 2D, 3D models, and we move to calculate cutting data. Here we see our tool is already pre-selected, it's pinned to the application. So now we have to select our material, C45, new. We move to task, and here a little trick we have to use. Since we are not using a drill, we are using an end mill. We're saying we are producing a pocket, not a hole. So we say a pocket, and we are producing a round pocket and a solid material. Our depth is 20 millimeters, and the diameter is 19.5. And we say get results. And we go to show details. And we have here the cutting speed 215, feet per tooth 0.054. Again, we have the tool center point feed and also the feed at the machine diameter, which is much larger than the center point feed. Radial engagement, depth of cut, so we have a 2.86 depth of cut per pass, so per each circular rimping we have a advancement of 2.86 millimeters in depth of cut. So that is a rimping angle of 5.47 degrees. Also we see the cutting power very low, and the machine strategy of the helical milling motion rimping. Good, so we have the cutting data for both tools, for the thread mill and for the end mill to produce the core hole, and now we can take these values and see them run on the machine. So let's take a look.
What do you say? Did you find it easy enough? With the help of the CoroPlus Toolguide, we can quickly and safely find the solution for this complex threading process. For more information on this topic, and if you'd like to try it yourself, visit our website and explore CoroPlus Toolguide. Also, feel free to contact anytime your local Sandvik Coromant representative. That was all from us today. We hope that you will join us soon for the next episode. There, we will talk about the challenges of end milling with long overhangs. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.